Let's talk about the Ghana Premier League. Pichichi, you have been following the Premier League as well. Very close title race we have. Aduana Stars have been stumbling in the past couple of games. Pakwesi Fabian says that they will still win the league. It's 52 points for them. Mediama are right on their tails. They want to win their first ever title. They're on 50. And then there's Kasim Mingo Okanse's Bechem United. He granted an interview after their last defeat, I believe, at the Elwak Stadium. He was very upset. He says they only played 25 minutes of actual football in the second half, but his opponents,
the ball boys,
were up to all kinds of delay tactics and all kinds of antics.
Look, I saw glimpses of that. To be honest with you, that was a genuine complaint.
Because if you know Kasim
it was
Mingo,
against Mediama,
Kasim Mingo never ever complains.
I know him very well. Yep. It was a genuine complaint. The moment Mediama took the lead,
they were not allowed to play.
Every ball boy just... I mean, what sort of life is that?
Are you kidding?
How do you play football like that?
Why do we do these things in our football?
Why do you do like that? You see, and
so when the ball goes to the touch line,
there's no ball boy.
There's no ball boy to retrieve it. So you see the players of the throw is your throw.
So Bechem United players
have to go and chase and bring
the ball back.
What's that?
Oh, Charlie. And this, some of these practices. But tell me,
it's because nothing happens to them.
That's it.
I mean, we're in this country where a team played 45 minutes with 10 men because they said that
60
minutes with 10 men because they were doing competition on who will enter the field first based on how to trigger the juju or how to nullify the juju. Like, what is this?
You see, I think Nathan has said it all. We don't punish those things. And up to now, I think the GFA hasn't made any statement on that situation. And you know what? Bechem United will look at this and they will try to retaliate next season if they also play against
Bechem that they have history. Bechem has history. Does anybody remember the infamous Bechem Great Olympics game where the Olympics players had to walk into the stadium backwards?
Yep.
Yes. Does everybody remember?
I remember.
So clearly when we do some of these things, you see, when teams go unpunished, they will do it. The reason why people are motivated to keep doing wrong in football is that there is no punishment. There is nothing like punishment. So they can get away with this. How is it that almost a week after the incident happened, the FA hasn't said anything? Where is it in football that you can play a competitive league game without ball boys?
Can you imagine?
Have we ever heard it before?
No.
Never. And yet they are not punished. Is this not unsportsmanlike conduct? It is.
You see, and I hate to sound like this every time because the FA always tell us that we should be protectors of our game. Yeah. We should be custodians of our game. But you see, we can't manufacture positive PR for you.
But the things we say is the best way to more or less market our game. We can't endorse wrong things here.
Yeah.
Nobody will do that. Everybody who went the hood saw that it is clearly wrong. So we should sweep that under the carpet like they would normally do. Nobody will do that here.
And I also think that, look, for footballing standards, we love our football.
Yeah.
And for the kind of things that are being said about our football, especially at the continental level, I think we need to relook at this whole club licensing thing critically again. Look, if we need to go 2 years in this country without playing a league, I think that's what we need to do.
Yes.
Because, look, it just comes to a point where, I don't know, it gets embarrassing. Like, you are basically taking steps backward by playing the football. So, you know what, just shut down shop, do your things. If we need to play a 10-team Ghana Premier League, and it's only 10 teams that can meet the standard.
Some countries
I think
do
that's
that.
what's
we can do that same number. But I think we should be selective in some of the venues. Restrict. There's this country. I've forgotten the country in Africa.
Play the league in 5, 6 venues.
5, 6 venues.
I mean,
you take it or you leave it. These are bold decisions that the FA will have to take.
Yeah. Some people will talk about revenue losses and whatnot. But
no people come to watch you
but you know, I'm wondering about this revenue they are talking about. Because sometimes when you are watching the games, they are not putting their stands. They are standing behind the fence. Did they pay money
they
to
are
stand
not. No people in the stands for one. Nobody's buying merchandise because the clubs don't even have merchandise to
and
sell.
That's what I'm even asking. Are they paying money to go and stand behind the fence? Because you can see some of them are like sitting. You know that kind of idea, like
the average Ghana Premier League team. Their modus of making money is that maybe their founder or the owner of the club will pump his personal money into the club, or they will sell one player abroad, and from that player sales, the owner will take small to do his personal bolingo, and then they will use the other half to also sort out the rest. You can't run football like that.
Let's see who win the league. Yeah. So
Well, a quick one on what we are discussing. I think that those listening to us must understand is that no one here hates the Ghana Premier League. No, we love our Ghana Premier League. When the interest was high during the COVID time, we were all at the various stadia to try and enjoy football. So once the standards have dropped, those who are handling must understand that we are here talking because the standards have dropped. People are not interested in our local product. People are not interested to go and watch football games. And it's a huge worry. So when we are here proposing solutions, they need to listen to us. It's not fair when you hear these complaints about ball boys, about pitch quality, and so on and so forth, and then no one is doing anything about it. You ask yourself why. And I think the first point of blame is that the one who's supposed to be involved in the product is not really in it. The GFA has a Ghana Premier League committee. At the moment, the head of the committee has passed on. That's the late Jaula. The vice president is Jesse Japon. The last time I've not heard from him in years as to what they have for the league now.
Does he not have his hands occupied doing government business?
Exactly.
I think he's doing government work or something like that.
I know there are plans to make sure the league goes autonomous. The clubs are being told to try and raise some funds to make sure that they go autonomous and all that. But see, at the moment, we are killing the Ghana Premier League. We've killed it. The last time Kotoko played a home game at Kumasi, they had less than 1,000 fans. Imagine.
You saw that?
Kotoko playing in Kumasi with less than 1,000 fans buying the e-ticket to go and watch the game. It tells you, see, the league is dead. People may not want to admit it, but you get here, the Ghana Premier League is a dead product. It's a dead product.
And it's so disappointing because a season or two ago, it looked like it was on the up.
Yeah, and we tried.
They wasted
this
all
season,
the momentum.
Look, do you know why it is dead? One of the major reasons why it is dead, those running the league are not thinking about football. The number one interest is how to retain power. Because if we're thinking about the league, we'll not be setting up a committee to go and review the terms somebody is supposed to stay on as FA president. There wasn't the need for that at that time. You've been given a product. Go and market the product. It's like you doing serial extraction, like we normally do in chemistry. Go and add quality and value to the product. You don't do that. Rather, you are concerned about things that will make sure you stay there and devalue the product. Who does that? So at the end of the day, I, the customer, if I want to go and purchase something, it is my money. You can't force me to buy what I don't want to buy. Once I'm paying for it, I demand quality. Look, we just spoke about the women's game.
Yeah.
How well was that game marketed?
Not really well.
Not really well. Because at the end of the day, the FA president invited all the other women's team at the expense of the FA, renting their hotels, paying their feeding for them to go. You don't do football like that. So apart from the two teams that played in the final, all the other teams were there at the expense of the Ghana Football Association. Can you imagine that? Rather, come to Citi FM, go to other radio stations, put value on the game, speak.
Pay for LPMs.
Pay for LPMs.
Pay for jingles.
That is what you do. Create a jingle. Because these are the two top women teams in this country. And back to back, we've had them play in this same game. You couldn't market it.
And the thing is, we want the GFA presidents and other people to come on shows like this because we want to also ask them questions.
You see, what they don't know is...
You don't have to pay because once you come, you say you want to talk about the league. Then you answer some few questions.
We will gladly give you a platform.
Yes!
And then you answer a few questions.
And then everyone is happy. Talk. And then we are all happy. And then, look, Charlie, let everybody come on board and let's market the thing. But look at the way the game has just been swept under the carpet. This is our topmost women's game.
If we decided not to talk about it,
you understand?
I'm not sure most people even know there was a women's Premier League final happening.
I didn't know until yesterday around 6:30 p.m. Me of all people, meaning. Because there's no publicity to it. So the brand is it. Look, they are playing the under-17 in Algeria.
Yeah.
Nketia, we have said it here on scorecard. One of the reasons why our game is dying, or if not dead already,
It's dead.
is the fact that players who were disqualified 2 years ago, if we had qualified to the tournament, these players will be in Algeria as we speak. Now, as a country, and we are building for the next under 17, instead of we going with the so-called under 15 team that some of us have got issues with, we went back and we picked players who could not go past the simple test 2 years ago. And then we take them, grown men, and they go and beat Spain. They go and beat Serbia. And then our coaches are jubilating. Karim Zito, he's jubilating. Laia Kingston, he's jubilating. You took old men to that tournament. You took old boys who are past the aged. And there's one reason why that was done. Like Nketia said, the only means to raise money to take care of these teams is to go and sell 1 or 2 players. If you are a serious country, Germany, England, Spain, France, mention all of them, they will not do that. If you've gone past the age, you've gone past the age.
Yeah.
The Champions League is ongoing in Africa. The things we are doing now, are we doing things to make sure our team goes? Look, have you seen the standard?
Yep.
Very, very high.
As we speak, this evening, there's a game going on. I was like, look.
You can't even see us there in the next.
No. Don't forget it, crowd.
No. We are not.
That's why
we
we
are
need
not
to change everything that is being done now. We need to change it.
Ghana football, these issues.